Welcome back to another video on the IGCSE Edexcel ICT examination. Today we're going to look at Activity 2 of the 2016 paper, which is using database software. And if you're using Apple Macs in your examination, of course you'll find that Access is not available out of all the Microsoft programs. So you have to use something called FileMakerPro. Or as I found, it is probably the best one to use out of the ones I've used. Anyway, in this task, Marty has created a database to store rental details for the company. Customer details are stored in the contact table. And open the THR 2000 database. So I'm going to create this from scratch. I'm going to click on FileMaker Pro and go New Solution. And this is called THR 2000. THR 2000 and put that on the desktop. Now the one we're going to create first is the contact table. So go to tables. I'm going to remove this one because this is the default one. We don't need it. And I'm going to call this contact. And then go to fields where we then create the fields. Where contact ID and then title. Title, first name and then last name, street, town, I've made a mistake there, manage database, I seem to have exited it, town, postcode, mob num gender, and birth date. Now, just to check here, data types, they're all text apart from birth date, which is date time. So I need to change this to date time. Change. Unique code is contact ID, so this is your primary key. So I go options, unique value. Title is either going to be Mr., Ms. or Doctor. So I click on title, options, value list, create one, new, title, Mr., Ms., Doctor. Press OK. And customer name, oh yeah, male, M for male, F for female. So again, gender, value list, member and value list, and we call this create new, gender, and we say M or F, press OK, OK again, and we've done that one, OK, and that's made bigger, good. Going down, open a new file, set the orientation to landscape, and enter task DB1 and your name in the footer. So let's just create a new Word document. And layout, orientation is landscape. We go insert, footer, and task DB1. Delete this side, and over here we write our name, Anthony, our full name there, and we can save this as task DB1 file, save as. Now what it's probably going to do is it'll probably not let me because I've had them before. So I'm going to just remove those two there. like so. Right, so here, task db1, save, and it tells us Martin wants to add a new record to the contact table, add these records. Okay, so first one, Jess A32 is the title, so we can go to our view, our table view. Oh, I haven't imported the data, so file, import records, CSV, and task 5 database, task 6, contact, open. We can see the first one of fields, so I tick this box here, so I don't want to import them. Check they all match, they all seem to. Import, and they should go in. And then I need to add the new record, so JSA32, Mr. James Sandalwood, Mr. James Sandalwood, 13 Stain Street, so this one is Clark Munnock. Okay. AF4 9CN, AF4 9CN, phone number 07700 900 123, and then he is male, and date of birth is 11th March 1987. Like so. Just going to make this bigger because we'll have to screenshot it. Go back and sort the contact table in ascending order of last name. So go to sort, select last name, and move. If you want others, we can move it across, and we'll do it in twice. So there we go. And then Shift Command 4. Select, and we just drag it into here when I see it. There we go. And save the contact, copy and paste the sorted contact table into task db1. Make sure it fits on one page, and then resave and print. So we just have to Command S, Command P. That's formats. So the next one, we want to have do 2 queries. Open a new document using word processing software. Enter task db2 and your name in the footer. Okay. So open it up, and yeah, we just go insert, footer, task db2, and in the side we put our candidate details. Like so. And we go back, it says Martin wants a list of customers who were born before 1st May 1951. He wants all the data fields displayed. So we go File, Create New File, Date of Birth, and we just go Operator, less than equals, before, okay, less than, and we say 1st of April, I think it's 1954, 1st of May 1951, right? I go perform the find, see our data, and it says display the results and copy them to task db2. So we save it as db2a. So File, Save Current Find, db2a, save, Shift Command 4, and we then select and drag it in like so. Next, Martin wants a list of cottages with 4 bedrooms and a star rating of greater than 3. So I can then show all again. I'll delete this one. So I go delete. So I need to use this time open the cottage table. So this was the customer, open the cottage. At the moment I haven't put a cottage table in there. So I need to go File and Import Records. So I need to import the cottage table and the other one. So I need cottage, comma separated value, good. Next, we can see the fields are there, so don't import the fields, so that's good. We don't import the first record. New table, and we go import. And so that's our cottage one. And then we go File and Import Records again. And this time we'll do rental. And we'll set comma separated value to make sure they know which type. Of course, we know it's field headings are the first ones, so we tick this box. New table. Do they match? Yes. Import. And we get 50 records in there. And the next part, we want to have open the cottage table. And wants all those 4 bedrooms at a star rating greater than 3. So find, we want a star rating of greater than 3 and the bedrooms to be equals to 4, like so. Okay, so I'm going to go to perform find. We only want to see cottage name, sleeps, star rating, and daily rate. So go to modify. Something I've noticed here is this one here. This is going to come out weird because the price. So let's just show all, just to show you how I can turn this data type, this into currency. So let's just go to File and Manage Database. So if I'm in cottage, the daily rate we need to change to number, change, and so that's okay. Oh, just check if there's any others as well. Manage database, rental, no, that's fine. Then I go to this one here and choose edit layout. And when I choose edit layout, I can then select the fields that I want to do. So if I have to, I can hold down Shift and set more. I only want daily rate. Go to data. Go down to format, data formatting and format. And we choose currency. Fixed number of decimal places. And that's that. And then we go back, exit, say save. And it now replaces it with a pound. Go back, so we've got the pound sign there. This time find again. Star rating of greater than 3. And the bedrooms being equals to 4. Okay, perform a find. This time we see it without that weird symbol. And we want to show cottage name, sleep, star rating, daily rate. So cottage name, sleeps, star rating, daily rate. Perfect. It says display the results and copy the results into task DB2. So Shift Command 4, like so, and drag it into there. And all you need to do then is resave task DB2 and print it. So File, Save As, task DB2, save, like so, and then we command print, Command P. I'm going to go back to show all Make sure I modify it so I see all the data. Okay. Scrolling down. Open a new document using word processing software. Enter task DB3 and your name in the footer. So this one, next one. So insert, footer, task DB3, delete the middle one, and then put my name on the other side, my candidate details, like so. Going back, the database has 3 linked tables. The contact table is linked to the rental, cottage is linked to the rental table. Display the relationships between the tables, make sure the fields are clear, and take a screenshot. So here I go File, I go back, I go File, Manage Database. This time I choose the relationships. I can remove this one and make these bigger so I can see them all. The middle one that's linked is the rental, so I need to put rental in the middle. Okay, and these are the primary keys here. These are unique, but in here we've got cottage and contact ID. They're linked to these tables. They're the foreign key. So the cottage ID goes to this one here. Contact ID goes to this one here. And then all I need to do then is take Shift Command 4 and take a screenshot and paste it into this document here, like so. Okay, and that's your evidence. Now in there as well, it says identify the primary key of one relationship. Okay, so I can go Insert, Shift, and we can scroll down till we get to it. There we are. So I'm going to identify this. So I could say contact ID is the primary key. Okay. Get rid of shape format. No fill. And why do you have a one-to-many relationship between cottage and rentals? Okay, cottage and rental, because a cottage here. So if I go over here, File and Manage Database, funny enough, it's trying to say there's 2. Cottage ID to cottage. Code to cottage ID there. Somebody's come up 2, I don't know. Anyway, between cottage and rental, because you can have a cottage can have more than rental, but that rental can only belong to one cottage. Okay, so there is a one-to-many relationship between cottage and rental, because one rental can belong to one cottage, but a cottage can have more than one rental. Okay. Okay. And all it says there is it says resave. So I save it, Command S. Martin wants a list of customers who have rented cottages with a rental date in July 2016. So here, I'll just call this task DB 3. So we go to cottage and we find, and we're looking for the date, rental date, rental information. So rental date, so we can maybe say 7, actually we can probably say 017/2015, or is it 2016? 2016. Operator, range to 31/07/2016. Okay, so we can see that from a find. So you should see all those between that between that. Then shows only fields cottage name, rental date, last name. So go to modify. Want rental date. I choose a new one, so I go contact, last name and first name. I want mobile number as well. That's so rental date comes first. Good. Last name, first name, mobile number. Just move that out of the way. I will leave that there. Contact, rental date, cottage name. I need to get so cottage name, rental period and daily rate. So I need to put that to the top, daily rate, and the one I'm missing is the rental period, is cottage rental period, and that comes before daily rate, like so. Press OK. Again, for some reason we're coming up with these symbols here. I don't know why. We can have a look in a bit. Be sorted in ascending order, rental date within ascending order cottage name. So I need to do cottage name first. And then rental date, because it's within. Okay, and that's ascending. Yep. Save, display the query in design view, make sure all the data is readable. So take a screenshot. So this is where I need to prove that I've done it. So because in FileMakerPro you have to separate them out, I'm going to do Shift and Command just to show that I've done my sorting. Okay. This proves, to be fair, the data. So I'm going to do this one, and then I'm going to go back to modify last find, and I can see the data there, which is good. So I can just go Shift Command 4, and again I do that, and it says, doesn't say to put it on one page, but I can then just go Insert, Blank Page, and I can then put these 3 screenshots on there to prove I've done it. Boom, there. There's one there, so we'll just put a space there. Make this one smaller so I can see it. Okay, and it says print DB3. So I just Command S, then Command P. Close. Going back, it says Martin wants a database report using results of the query saved in Part B of task DB3. I'm going to perform fine, and I'm going to just save this as DB3. And so I need to do a new report. Create a database report. Okay, so I need to go to the View As, and we're going to edit layout. And we need a new layout and printer, report, continue. We don't need any subtotals. Nope. So I can remove them. Have a suit, so it needs shows fields. So these are the ones here. So we've got rental date. We've got daily rate. So we need to now go over to cottage name. Daily rate. And then that needs to go above. Last name and mobile number. So we go contact. Last name, which needs to go there, I think. No, last name goes under rental date. And then mobile number is next. That goes there. Next, no grouping, no sorting. Doesn't say anything about sorting there. However, it might want us to do sorting based on the previous one, which was of rental date within ascending order of cottage names. So let's say cottage name and then rental date there. Next, give it a title. So these are rented cottages booked in July, so I can put a title. Large rented cottages in July 2016. Down the bottom, I can call this task, it's DB4. DB4, so I can call this task DB4. On the right, I'll put my name and candidate details, like so. Next, do not finish, make sure it fits, like it fits. We can then go to exit layout, save. Does it all fit? I think so. This one's a bit weird, I don't know why. So let's go back to edit layout. Daily rate, data, general, it's got this a currency. Let's just make sure fixed, and then we can just put exit layout, save. Oh, it's fixed it. Cool, that's good. And all I need to do there, make sure it's on one page. Okay, it needs to be, so column headings are easy to understand. The database reports fits on one side of A4. Report is fit for purpose. Okay, this is where I'm wondering, will it fit on one page? Preview. Doesn't quite fit because it's going over there. Okay, so exit preview. If it doesn't, we can move things over. So we can move this over to here, over to here. Okay. Exit, okay. And then we go to preview. Okay, good, that fits. And if I go to print, we just need to check and see if this works. So hopefully it fits. Let's save it as a PDF just to see. Let's just click test there. Save it as desktop to see if it fits on one page. Can't see it. Should be on the desktop called test. Let's have a look whether it's fit. Now it's gone on to more than one page, which is annoying. And we have to have it fit one side of one side of A4, but landscape. Okay. Okay, one side of A4, but landscape. Okay, so that makes it a bit trickier. So, edit the layout. So we want to change this to landscape. Page layout, page setup. Okay. Let's make that bigger. Let's see if I can make these smaller. Change the size. Go to the palette. Make them smaller. Like so. So if I go to exit layout, save, it's definitely made it smaller, but it's not on landscape. Okay, so this is a bit trickier. Okay, so we need to have this. Oh yeah, so I can drag this up there. There we are. I've got that dragged up. Okay, so that drags up there. Exit. So I've now got them smaller, which is good, which is excellent. So if I PDF that, that will probably fit on. That will probably fit on the one thing. Now, my only thing I've just noticed is the months. So even though it is going to print out, it's doing it on the wrong month there. So I need to modify the last find. 0127 to that. We can see here, it should be July, but it's saying 1st of July 2016. Now I'm wondering why it's coming up like that. Is it because there's only 30 days in July? Let's try performing. Still showing me all of them. It shouldn't be showing me all of them at all. Include. I'm wondering another way of doing this. if I just delete all of these and leave July, but go to operator, and then we put the @ symbol in, you should hopefully find those that are just in thingy. So no records. Oh, didn't quite work out. Let's try a star there. Let's try 2 stars. No. I was hoping that might work. So we say 0, 1, 6, 2, 31st July / 2016. Let's try that again. Quite do it. Why is that not doing it? That's the question. Let's edit layout for a minute here. Date. Is it because it thinks it's not a number, or data formatting as entered? It does believe it is. Yeah, something not quite working there. So another lot. Modify. The date should be coming up 1st of July 2016 to 31st of July. It doesn't want to do that. See if I can omit it. If I admit it, it leaves out a load. It's got Ken there. If I go back to modify and to include, it includes Ken, so it's not including at all. 1st of July. Let's take off the zeros here, because sometimes this seems to confuse it. Perform search. No. Just having had a look. Going to manage database here, and then the rental date here. Of course, you've got his date text and not a date, so I need to put date in. That's going to cause me problems there. So that's going to cause problems. Rental period is a number. Okay, that's a number there, so we need to change that. Rental ID, that of course is unique. Cottage ID, unless we have a look, but if we go back to OK, now if I go back to modify last 01 to this, form find, there we go, I find all those in July. It was because they weren't set as a data, as a date. So if I now preview that, it will come off as on one page, which is ideal, which is what we want, and then I can just print it. Perfect. Okay, and that is Activity 4 over. Thank you very much for watching.